Shelby with Farmhouse Living, and welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to paint the exterior of our brick home. We have done this before. This is not the first time I've done this to a home. Our last house we also painted, but we used Romobile lime wash and used brushes, and this time we are going to use masonry paint and use a sprayer. So it's going to be a completely different experience. Plus, I've gotten much better at YouTube, so the video will be better quality than that video. So if you watch that video, I apologize. I am improving every single day. So we have painted our sample paint colors right here. I have Soji White, Edge Chrome Gray, and Revere Pewter. So I'll pop up a few inspiration photos that I really like. We have this grayish blue siding on the back of the house and then in this middle area of the house, and I really want the color to flow with that and make that color pop more blue so that we don't have to paint the siding, because our siding needs some repair. That would be a lot. We'd have to prime it, we'd have to prep it, and the siding also goes really high in this little roof pitch. So I'd really just love to do the brick today and then maybe in the future do the siding, but I wanted the color to flow but also be something I like for a really long time. So initially this Revere Pewter was my favorite, and then as it dried it was showing more gray, and so then Soji White became my favorite, which is like kind of a creamy white, which I like because it looks more like a natural brick color, like a natural white brick color. So that is the color that we chose. I ran to Home Depot last night and grabbed it, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. So pro tip, if you are putting your test colors on your house, make sure to let them dry fully with 2 coats to confirm that's the color you like, because initially we were 100% on Revere Pewter, but after it was not our favorite. So dry, 2 coats, and you'll know. You'll be able to make a wise decision there. So we did power wash the house last week, and then we, let it dry, and so it's ready for this week. So I did read when I was looking up information on how to paint your house, to when you're power washing it, don't just power wash and then paint, because the brick has to dry. Brick is really porous, so it holds on to water for a while. So we did it last weekend, and now this weekend it is ready to go. So first step, we are going to tape off the windows. I got that like tape and plastic all in one. And then I'm not gonna do anything to cover the trim that I don't want painted, because I got this little shield tool. So we're gonna start there and get it done. If you're in Texas, we have really bad mosquitoes, and so we got these stickers, and they're supposed to work really good, so we'll see. This is a video about painting your house, not mosquito stickers, but
we're not sponsored.
This is not sponsored by the mosquito stickers.
We just love things that detract mosquitoes.
I sure do. Window 2 of 40. For this project, the prep work is definitely the most tedious part, but well worth the final product. The pre-taped plastic made taping the windows really quick and easy. I saw people also use this product to tape the trim, but I chose to use a shield instead, which you'll see in a bit in this video to decide which route you want to go. Okay, so I taped off all the windows, and now we have got our sprayer set up. We have the Wagner Control Pro 130 power tank. And so my husband Andrew is going to tell you what we did to get it all set up.
So first we watched a YouTube video,
Thankful for YouTube.
She'll link to,
yeah,
so I can know how to do it, because I'm not very handy, but I can watch a video and learn how to do something. So first you have to prime it. So you pour water in to the top of the little basket, and then you set the setting to prime, and then you run the pump so it has a continuous flow. Then you put your paint in there, and then you pump it again, pump out the water, and then until the paint comes out, turn it off, switch it to the spray, fill up your spray hose with paint, and you're ready to go. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. So it was really quick, really easy to set up. Sorry about all the background noise. We're outside, so it's going to be a little noisier. But we're gonna start on the side of our house that is about to get sun. So we're lucky because the front of our house is gonna be shaded all day. We have trees, and so that's what's nice about our setup. But the side of our house is about to just get blasted with sun. So we're gonna start there just for our own temperature regulation. So, you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go.
Ready?
Ready. As you saw, setup was super simple, but we still had a little mishap where the spray tip wasn't attached perfectly. We tightened it a bit and it sprayed out smoothly. You do not have to thin your paint out with this sprayer, so you get really good coverage really fast. So I've sped up this footage because I want this video to be fun to watch, but this clip in real time is only 7 minutes and 30 seconds long. The first coat of the side of this house took under 8 minutes with the sprayer. I was shocked and so motivated to get the whole house done. Here I started to use the shield to paint the trim, but my camera died before I finished, so you just get a little preview of that, but again, there will be more footage and tips later in the video. Now onto the front of the house. I used a cardboard box on the ground so I didn't get tons of overspray on our freshly mulched flower beds. I still got some overspray, but raking it around made it to where you would never know. Once I got to the porch, I wanted to be more cautious of the overspray because I didn't want to get paint all over. At my last house, I had paint marks all over the front steps and it was impossible to get off, so I did not want to repeat that mistake. I put down a scrap piece of shiplap panel that I used in another project that I had left over in the garage, and it was perfect because it stayed in place while I was spraying, whereas the cardboard box would move around if I didn't have it positioned perfectly. The tank on the sprayer holds 1.5 gallons of paint at one time, so you're able to get pretty far before you have to fill up again. We used 10 gallons of paint on the entire house. On the blog, I have some helpful tips on finding how much paint you need. You'll find the link in cards. I've used other sprayers in the past and they are a challenge to clear paint clogs. You literally have to take apart the entire machine, clean it all out, and then set it up again. But this one is so simple. You just twist the little thing on the top and the clog just sprays out, and then you twist it back and you're ready to spray again. You don't have to undo the machine. It is literally my favorite part of the entire thing. I just was so thankful that that's as easy as it is. As you're painting, make sure that you're not too close to the brick. I kept mine about 8 to 12 inches away. This makes sure that you don't get paint runs from the paint going on too thick. I didn't have a lot of trouble with this, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Now time for the paint shield. This was honestly the most time-consuming part, but everything else was so fast I really didn't care. All you do is position the shield against the trim and spray. My house isn't very tall, so I was able to do this on literally a step stool. If your house is taller, you might want to go another route, but it worked so great for me and created a crisp, clean line from the brick paint to the trim. The one tip I have is maybe to get 2 or 3 paint shields. Having an extra when the paint gets thick on the other would have been really helpful. When there's a lot of mucky paint on it, it doesn't make as clean as a line, so I would have to let it dry for a little bit before I moved on to the next section. So I did the entire first coat and my husband did the second. When I was painting, he was watching the kids, and when he was painting, I was watching the kids. So only one of us was working at a time, and we still got the entire project done in a day. The second coat made a huge difference, making it look so evenly covered. It really had a pro look at that point, and I was so glad that we did it. final step is to use a paintbrush to do the inside of the tops of the windows where the paint shield couldn't fit to block the paint from the trim. I also used a brush to paint the curb of our front step. The funny thing was, when I first painted the step, I walked out on it and got paint footprints all over the porch. Luckily, my husband brought the power washer out when the paint was still wet, and it came off okay. Cleaning out the Wagner Control Pro 130 paint sprayer was super easy too. We simply used the hose to clean out the tank, then spray the water out to clean the hose and the spray tip. You do that a couple times until the water runs out clear with no paint in it, and there you go. It is clean and ready to use for your next project. So we started this project around 7 a.m. We finished around 6 p.m., giving us enough time to have Chick-fil-A dinner on the back patio. So I would say this is definitely a DIY win.
Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, gold.
Okay, what do you think?
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's plop on the couch and share the project as a whole. Okay, 10 out of 10, I would recommend this project.
Super easy, very affordable, fast.
So, as Mom said, it was affordable. The sprayer retails for around $230. The paint, it was $250 for 5 gallons, and we used 10 gallons total, so $500. So you're about $750 in for an entire exterior makeover. I mean, the whole thing is completely transformed. What would you say if we hired a pro?
I'd say really conservatively for this size house, minimum $3,000 to $5,000. Yeah.
For like
so,
a cheaper painter.
Yeah, less expensive painter.
Yeah, and we're in Texas, so I know that prices are different all around the country, but that would definitely be something I would say definitely thousands of dollars were saved here.
Yes.
And it wasn't that bad. So I want to compare, since I have painted 2 houses. You have never painted a house.
Nor will I ever paint a house.
But she did help me pick the color, design the landscape, making choices, and we're still have more exterior updates that Mom, she's got a good eye, but she's not as much as a DIYer. So I have done 2 houses. The first house we did with Romaville Lime Wash, and they recommend using a brush. And we had 4 people total for 3 full days, and that's how long it took us to paint the house. I felt like there was a lot of cleanup. It was a little bit more sloppy, but overall I would say I do like the paint. I do not like the application method. No to that. I liked it when I did it, but now that I've done this, I will never go back. So if you watched that video and you did that, I'm sorry I put you through that pain. I just didn't know. I didn't know how amazing using the Wagner sprayer is. So with the sprayer, it took us 1 day, just 1 day, and 1 person working at a time. And we use way less paint. I have heard some people say that sprayers use more paint, but I probably used triple the paint using a brush than we did with the sprayer.
Yeah, if you get a high quality paint and you chose a paint that had the primer in it, it can cover in 2 coats very easily.
Yeah. So we used the bare masonry paint. I did a decent amount of research, and I did love the Romaville paint product as a whole, but no one on the internet had anything about spraying it, and so it just made me concerned. And I like to do things that someone else has done to they've worked through the hard parts, or they've troubleshooted it a little bit. So I had seen many people use the bare masonry paint, and it had a lot of good ratings, so that was the route we went. Like I said in the beginning, we used Sherwin-Williams Soji White. It's just a warmer white. It doesn't perfectly show in the camera how warm it is, I think, because it was so bright outside, but it is definitely creamy and rich.
Right. Which is what you were going for because you wanted a little cottage feel. You're here in the country.
Yeah.
And you have some plans to take it even further.
Yeah. So we updated the door. A year ago on Facebook Marketplace, I found a wooden door for $80. I stripped the back of it, which I wanted a natural wood look, and I planned on stripping the front of it, but then
I like it.
I liked the color.
Yeah.
It kind of goes with the woods that I have in the living room. So it's going to be a two-tone door. The front is going to be more, or the inside is going to be more like rich and
deeper wood.
Deeper.
Color.
And then
yeah.
the outside, I still have to stain it, or maybe put like, you know, if you do a top coat, it almost looks stained, and I want it to be warmer, but still look natural. So
right. So we had our contractor come, told him the door would fit perfectly and that he would have no troubles, but the door was actually about 1/2 inch too tall.
Yeah.
But he shaved that off and it fits perfectly.
Yeah, and it was really affordable because he was already working at Mom's house.
Yeah.
So, and we live about 2 miles apart. So he just popped over here. He was putting doors over at Mom's house, which I'll give you a little preview. They're really amazing doors from Egypt. Yeah, and so we've been hyping up antiques and vintage a lot on our channel, but we just love them. So she got those doors installed, and then he came here and installed my door. Then we had some new wall sconces, or what are they called?
Well, they're sconces, yeah.
Exterior,
they're front exterior sconces, and they're so charming and so neat, and I love them.
Yeah, and they were $90 for the pair on Amazon. So affordable, and I feel like they have a rejuvenation, really high-end look. Then the next thing that we have to do is shutters. So we're gonna place them, I'll put like a mock-up on the screen, and I want them to be painted kind of like a bluish, like that historic blue that pairs really well with creamy white, and it'll go with my siding really well. And so we might, if you guys are interested, do an entire DIY video on that. So if you're interested, make sure to comment. You are so distracting.
Also, we have a new puppy.
Yeah, no, I have a new puppy.
This is not Cash.
Yeah, this is
this is Cash, our new puppy.
Yeah.
And he is, because I'm his honey. I'm his grandma, so he is mine as well.
You always call them we got a new baby, we got a new, we do live separately, guys. Like,
we
Mom has a house and dogs, and I have a house and dogs. But anyways, yes, we have Cash, and he was a little distracting too. I planned on including the shutters in this video, but then we got Cash and we didn't get.
And look at this face. Look at this face.
Yeah, he's pretty cute. So, anyways, we still have some work to do, but we're very excited with how it turned out. I am shocked how easy it was. We started the weekend of July 4th and anticipated doing Saturday, Sunday, Monday, since we had Monday off for the 4th, and we were done Saturday. And so we swam on Sunday, swam on Monday, and just enjoyed the holiday weekend and rested. So it might take you longer if you have a 2-story house, or if you have brick on both sides. We only have brick on one side, and then most of the back side is siding. And we chose not to paint the siding, like I said in the beginning. So it might be longer depending on how much brick you have. But no matter how much you have, I think it's still doable if you are determined. And maybe I would choose not July.
Yeah, we're in Texas. Unfortunately, we had one weekend that was a little bit cooler, and it has been 100 and up to 109 since you painted. So you chose the perfect weekend. And it looks incredible.
Yeah. So make sure that you subscribe, because we are going to continue to do some exterior work. We have more stuff to do on the patio. Mom spruced up my patio. I think it was in June. Yeah, June. And
just a little spruce up.
But we have some more to do out there. We're gonna make over my shed. We are still doing some landscaping, because some of it is surviving and some of it isn't. And then, like I said, the shutters. So we are definitely in progress, but I feel like we just did the heaviest lifting you can do.
Oh yeah, the biggest job. And we'll have more puppy.
We're not getting more puppies. We are going to share more of my puppy.
And all things puppy.
And babies. We have a newborn, a puppy, and a toddler. So if you're new to the Farmhouse living party, it is definitely
it's wild.
Alright, and also I have everything written out, supplies linked, everything in the description, and then a blog post with a ton of details, pictures on how we chose the color, details on the paint, details on the product, and an overall review on the Wagner sprayer. Also, I want to close this out by thanking Wagner for partnering with us on this video, because we couldn't do it without you, but also I'm your biggest fan now. The biggest fan there could ever be. But
yeah, like and subscribe, share the video with your friends, and especially if you'd like to see more coming up about our exterior makeover and puppies and babies.
Yep.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.